if you have a team member, like you mentioned, the younger generation, if you have a team member that is, I don't want to say too vulnerable, but maybe is no longer performing due to stuff going on. Yeah, just stuff. In your opinion, are you still nurturing, fostering a great work environment if you put your foot down and set maybe some boundaries around that as well?
Mm-hmm. I'm getting some version of that question a lot. Like whether or not it's like I have a younger team member that overshares, or when did we become so sensitive all of a sudden? And at first I will be an annoying therapist, and I ask people like, what's going on for you that you're sensitive to their sensitivity? Like, because that's all that I want you to become self-aware too. And so like, there's this element of like, they have to do their job. And somewhere along the line, I don't know if it's been taught or we've internalized it this way, but we think for some reason that empathy and accountability are mutually exclusive. And they're not. When I hold you with empathy and compassion as a human being, you got a lot of stuff going on, things like that. And this is what I need from you. These are your expectations. This is your job. How can I help you get there? What does support look like? And then on top of that, if you can't get there, here's what happens. Because there are natural consequences to not meeting those deadlines or getting your work done in a way that is acceptable. I can still care for your humanity though. Because I assure you, them losing their job is not going to help what's going on in their life. And plus, you can't, most of the orgs I work with, they cannot afford to lose another person. And so what's it look like to live in this tension of both, that I'm going to care and have compassion and empathy for them while also holding them very accountable in a way that's clear, stating those expectations, coming up with a plan of how to help them meet those expectations, and also letting them know if they can't, this is what happens.
And that goes back to your point about difficult conversations, because I think that's a pretty difficult conversation to have.
It's a very difficult conversation to have. It's super uncomfortable. And half the battle of that conversation is us navigating how to not like tap out when we get so overwhelmed by the emotion in it. Because emotion has a lot of physiology. And that's usually when we're out. And so sometimes I'll work with leaders a lot and just people in general and be like, just name the awkward. Just be like, this is not going to, this is a hard conversation. I'm actually feeling pretty awkward about it. And so I just want to name it. And I know you got some stuff going on at home. You've shared some of it with me. If you want to share more with me, you can. Except you've missed that deadline 3 times and you cannot miss it again. What do you need? How can I help you to get that deadline done? And if you can't this 4th time, this is what happens. That's also clearly stated. But what would it be like to name half of that this is really freaking awkward. This is a hard conversation and we need to have it, because not having it's just making it worse.
So in your opinion, or in your experience, at least putting your feelings out there and saying it's awkward for you or for both of you generally helps.
It does. It builds connection because they're feeling it too. That's where when we don't name some of that stuff, it just holds so much power over us, and which means then it owns us, and we can't get down to what is actually changeable or workable, and how can we do it together in collaboration.